Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, since I couldn't do Chucky because of some reasons, I was trying to practice. Where's my glove? Found it. But as I was trying to say, since I couldn't do Chucky, because when I was practicing, the 3D gel that I got, it was irritating my skin. I don't know if I was just rubbing too hard or what was going on there, but it was irritating my skin. So I'm gonna do Tiffany instead. And then as soon as I get something that's not gonna irritate my skin that I can do Chucky with, I'll do Chucky. Chucky will probably be the last one I do. Alright. So first, I'm going to go into my Maybelline Lasting Drama in the shade Blackest Black to do my brows. I'm going to use an angled brush. But I'm going to use the Precision Spoolie. Maybe. I found it. So I put the top of my head black because she did have black roots coming off of her head, but I gotta hurry up with this tutorial. We're gonna box the brows in. Make them a little more pointed. I know she doesn't have the feathered brows like what we're used to. Now the other side, and I will be using the spoolie to go through them again. because I have two different shapes, it's kind of hard to box this one in like the other one. Alright. And then I think after today I'm going to take a few days off. Just to do more research. I should have grabbed a makeup wipe or something. So now I'm going into the Professional Makeup Potted Concealer in the shade 01. Wait. I got it open. So I'm taking my concealer brush. I'm going to dip into this. Alright. So we're going to make our eyebrows pretty thin with this product. And then I'm gonna alright. This concealer does have a like weird smell to it. So I'm trying to make this, now I'm taking my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and blending out my concealer. But anyways, I'm trying to make this go well into November. This little mini series that I'm doing. Alright. Now I don't know if I want to do the concealer or the eyeshadow primer. I think I'm going to do the eyeshadow primer. Alright. Actually, I'm going to do the concealer. So I'm going to take the brush I just used, the Real Techniques brush. I'm going to dip into the concealer. And the reason I decided to use the concealer instead of the eyeshadow primer is the concealer gives more coverage. So everything's more uniform. I don't think I used an actual potted concealer last year. Or maybe it was 2023 when I did it. Yeah, it was 2023 because it was when we didn't get to trick or treat or do trick or treat. Past couple of years actually. If I could find the costume I had for Tiffany, I could go as Tiffany again this year. Alright. So, I'm just gonna let that sit. I'm not going to powder it or anything. Or I might actually do a little bit of powder. Yeah. I just feel better. So I'm going to take my little spongy sponge. And the Wet n Wild Photo Focused Powder and Translucent, what I used yesterday. And I'm going to set my concealer. I feel more comfortable doing this And I'm going to find my setting brush. And I'm going to take it and lightly dust over my eye to make sure there's no excess powder. Same thing over here. I did do a small skincare routine. So, alright. Now I'm going into the Dew Color Dream in Color Reality 9 color shadow palette. This. And I'll go into this a little bit later. So, I'm not going to use that one. Alright. So, I'm going into my Moda crease brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here. Which is like a deep ruby. Which works for Tiffany. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the blending brush. Which is gonna be this blending brush here. So I'm so used to connecting my eyeshadow to my contour that I started doing it. And you don't even know contour. Alright. So I'm gonna go on the other side. So I'm going to do the crease and the lid before I do the blending out part with the peach shade or the orangey shade. Then which I am loving. And honestly, I'm just going to use this brush here. Nope. Alright. So I thought that was brown. Good thing I checked before. It's like a dark, which we could also add that in. So I'm going to go into my Milani Gilded Mini in Whiskey Business, and I'm going to take this deep brown here. That's my husband. Oh. Then kind of, it can't be too perfect because she has that grungy gothic look, but I'm still trying to blend it out a little bit. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, I haven't time for my husband to come home yet. We're gonna add more of that brown shade. And I'm kind of blending that brown into the ruby shade. Oh, I think I'm just gonna do these two and then I think I'm just gonna do top 3 since I can't do Chucky. Just do Chucky next year. We might do it that way. Do Chucky and then just random looks next year. Actually, I might be able to do just 31 Days of Halloween next year. Okay. So, taking that blending brush again. Lightly blending that. Alright, then I'm taking this again. I'm going to go into this orangey cream shade. Orangey peach with my eyeshadow blending brush. We're going to kind of blend the outer edge with this shade. So, don't like blend it don't blend it into the crease, just on the outer edge. kind of clean up this outer edge a little bit. And then we'll be adding more of that pink, that ruby pink shade. Since I don't really go out, I just pass out candy. I don't go trick-or-treating, or I don't walk around with anyone who trick-or-treats. So now we're going to go back into that first color, that more ruby color. And I just threw my eyeshadow palette. Like, I'm done. Dang it. Ow, that hurt. I'm like, I'm done. So we're gonna darken up that crease a little bit. Oh. So, I think next year, what I'm gonna do is this is just for this year, these 3 looks that I'm doing. And I might actually get a Pennywise costume, like a female Pennywise costume. And then I'm gonna start planning for next year. And as I clean and stuff, alright, so not done with the eyes yet. I'm not gonna clean up yet. Since I'm not gonna use this as a brow thing, I'm gonna use it as a smudger. Ooh, a little bit and a little bit. So I actually have a smudge brush that I can use. Somewhere. There it is. And I can use these two. This can be the pink shade. Alright. So now I'm going to take my smudge brush. I'm going to go into that pink shade. And use it to kind of round out my eyes a little more. So, like, do your whole eyeshadow look first. What was I saying? Crap. You want to do your whole eye look first. before going into face makeup to keep that roundness in the eyes. Okay. I'm missing something. No, I'm not. I found it. Alright. So now I'm going to go into a flat top brush like this. Not this. No. I haven't added the black on top yet because I want to keep that roundness going with the other ones. The other two colors first. So I'm going back into that brown that I put on my lid. I'm putting that on top. But still close to the lash line. On top of that red, ruby, whatever you want to call it. But still close to the lash line. Where? Just get up here.
Come over here.
I'm doing something. Oh. My eye is so sensitive. Alright. So, now I'm going to take the same brush I just used for the brown. And I'm going to take the LA Colors matte shadow with the with the black. And like outer half of the top. Gonna add the black. Itchy. Oh. Okay. I didn't mean to wing that out, but I did. It's fine.
I love you.
Me too. So now I'm taking the Spoolie and Precision brush. I'm going back into the black. And we're going to put this on top close to the lash line. I'm using tapping motions instead of swiping it on this one. And we're not done yet. Alright. Now I'm taking my Maybelline Lasting Drama and my bent eyeliner brush. And really get a smoky. There. And the eyeliner is so much, a gel eyeliner is so much better. I tried an actual eyeliner. I tried an actual eyeliner the year we had that Halloween party to go to. Gel eyeliner is so much better for this part. So like I said, next year, I think I'm going to actually do a bit of cleanup. The reason I did the whole eye look before doing lashes is because I wanted to. So now I'm going to go into the Maybelline Sky High mascara in the shade Berry Black. I'm just should have curled my lashes before doing this. Oops. So, I'm gonna do it now. I just thought of that. Oh. Okay. Crap. Crap. Like I said, I knew I should have curled my lashes before doing my mascara. Alright. Today's lashes are gonna be the Kiss My Lash But Bolder Slim Thick Lashes. And I just got the A20 Lab Ultra Hold Brush On Eyelash Adhesive. So I picked these ones not just because of the thin band, but because they're more dramatic. So, just that they're more dramatic. And I love it because, you know, they'll work as for Tiffany. So I normally stick them on. That is so dramatic. um, crap. Like, look at that. I don't know if this side's supposed to be down like that, or if it's just not wanting to stick up. There it is. But look at that. And the nicest thing is, it doesn't really look like there's a gap. I'm not sure if there is or not. I'm just pinching my natural lashes with the falsies. There might be a little gap. I don't know. There might be a little gap. But I am going to top off the mascara. Nope. Alright. So, now the second eyelash. Ugh. Never actually had an eyelash come off on my finger. So, that was new. So since I started wearing falsies every once in a while, ow. Okay. And then I'm just topping off my bottom lashes with some mascara. I can't tell if there's clumps or not with my bottom lashes. And this glue, this adhesive, you can definitely tell these are stuck to my eyes. And so they'll probably take my eye makeup off. I'm not gonna lie. They probably will. But they're so pretty. Alright. And they hug off over my eyes, so it's so weird. They're so dramatic. I love them. Alright. So you got that. Then, next thing is face primer. So, the Essence Jelly Grip. And the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. Love them. Love them. Love it, love it, love it. Ugh. Alright. So you got that. Now I'm going into the L'Oreal True Match foundation. And a little bit of my white foundation. And mix it, mix it, mix it. Mix it. Love it. Because, you know, alright. And then the angled brush that I wanted to use for Chucky, we're going to use it for Tiffany. Since we can't use it for Chucky. It's like it's almost blended into my skin, which is so weird. Like, man, how pale am I? This is why cosplay is so hard for me. Because being the palest, one of the palest people on Earth. And so then you got to go paler. You're like, how do you do that? How do I do that? Like, I am the palest of them all. How do I go paler? So I normally, like here, here's the perfect example. The shade I got in the True Match foundation is the palest shade. And I'm having to add white to it to look even paler. Like, sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta go and just get your normal shade and add white to it. Like I do. Because you are the palest. If you're like me and you're the palest, you are the palest shade in a formula, then yeah, that is pretty hard. And I know the struggle of how do I go paler than what I already have. But that's why they make mixing mediums I'm not mixing mediums. That's for something completely different. At first I thought that eyelash just fell off. No, it just touched my face. And they have, what is it called? Shoot. The LA Colors thing, like what I'm doing, the white foundation mixer. To go paler. And here's another problem. I think it just oxidized. No, it's fine. It's just the stupid lighting. But alright. So now just because I get sweaty over here. Quite get it all over there. So now I am I gotta clean that now. Now I look pretty pale. Yay. But I'm gonna put that back there. Alright. Alright. Now. Crap. Got to get the concealer out too. Now I'm going into my Wet n Wild Incognito concealer in the shade Fair. So you're going to want to round this out to what's going on underneath and bring it on the side of the nose. So round it out. Like that. Here, I'll show you really quick. And really quickly, find it. If I have to, I'll use this. I'm gonna take this sponge since I can't find the other thing. I'm gonna lightly dab over it. Because I can't find my actual sponge. And then I'm gonna take this eye crease brush. And we're gonna feather, hold it back pretty far. We're gonna feather it out. I'm going back and forth a few times. So it then kind of circle this out. And same thing on the side of the nose, feather it. And then just feather it up into the shadows. Same thing over here. Do take your time when doing this. I'm going back and forth a few times. If you get too close to the top part of the brush, it will be so harsh that you actually pick up the product and move it. Alrighty. So I got that. Now, cream contour. So I'm going into the Milani Liquid Contour in the shade Honey. Like I said, it is just like the e.l.f. one. I'm going to round out the cheeks. Round. We'll round out the cheeks. So I'm going to take my angled contour brush here and blend this out. So the nice thing about being able to plan for next year is I'm putting it into a list. And it all depends if I get pregnant or not. So got that. Now I don't know if this is a setting powder or not, but I'm gonna take my powder brush This is probably a highlight powder, but honestly, the baking is going to save us. I am like seriously hoping it's just it doesn't want to stay up. To start making money soon because I really want to go to the Comic-Con next year. Like, I really want to do that. That setting powder. Okay. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. In the shade Butterballin'. And that shade, that brush, I use to put on the brown on the top. I'm gonna go around this one more time, close to the ruby, but not. So now we're gonna bake. So I'm taking my Wet n Wild translucent powder. I'm gonna bake with the brush. So I feel like oh, I really want to go to. I'm not gonna worry about setting, or I might lightly use the rest of the powder to lightly set on my, right here, and on my ears. I'm gonna try to keep this on as long as I can. Probably into bedtime. Like when I have to get a shower. I should know where my flushable wipes were. Alright, now I'm going to take my setting brush. I'm going to lightly dust off the bake. Now I'm going to take a stipple brush and I'm going to go into the next Buttermount blush and getting butter. And Tiffany loves her blush, so it needs to be really heavy, but I'm also not going too dark with it at first. Because this is very pigmented, as I learned yesterday. It is very extremely pigmented. Alright. Now we're going to build the intensity a bit. And I'm so excited for this because for this one for TikTok. Because this one, I think I did a better job than yesterday. I'm not going to lie. So now, I'm going to go into the Essence Fix and Last. Whew. Alright. Alright. Now. I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder and Blossom Glow. I'm going to take wherever I went my fan brush. Found it. Oh, darn it. So we're going to use the setting spray twice. Alright. Now I'm taking the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Ultra Black, and we're just going to make her mole. Like that. It's probably not big enough, but it's big enough for me. Now I'm taking the NYX Mechanical Lip Liner, or Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Black Lips. So bottom lip, I'm going to do my bottom lip like I normally do. Oh my gosh. This is why I hate lining my lips. It tickles. Now for the top lip, I'm going to do something a little different because Tiffany has a more animated lip. So I'm going to line my Cupid's bow. I normally do. And then instead of rounding it out like I normally do, we're going to come in a little bit. Kind of like that. Then I'm going into my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Thrill Seeker, which is the black. Last step is second round of setting spray. Whew. Now that it's so hard. But here is the final look for Tiffany. I don't know why. Alright. Whew. I hope you like this series. And like I said, hopefully next year I can do 31 days of Halloween. But this year I just had to do 3 looks. Bye.